Hello everybody. I've been growing Malabar spinach every year for about 10 years. What Malabar spinach is a vining spinach. It's very thick, almost like a succulent plant thick. And it needs lots of sun and it vines and twines around. Unlike regular spinach that just grows on the ground, it twines and grows. There's like a pink Malabar spinach and there is a green. Well, I have a pink Malabar spinach here. If you can see here. And since it's winter time, I had this growing outside and I brought the plant inside the house so that it wouldn't get caught out in the snow and so I could harvest the seeds when I was ready to. And I just kept procrastinating and saying, okay, I'm going to get to the seeds. Okay, I'm going to do it. And I didn't do it in time. But in my grow room, because this is now my little grow room, it's not a lot going on in here, but I'm working on it. In my grow room, I have these artificial lights for the plants that need to grow. And when I looked at my Malabar spinach, it didn't have any leaves. It just had the vine, and it was putting out some seeds. So I just said, all right, whenever I get to it, I get to it. So here is what my seeds look like. Not the typical seed because the seeds are actually inside of this gelatin-like item. And what happens is, as it dries out, it crumbles, and you just plant that when it dries. Right now it's wet. And what was my point of saying that I brought this in the house and I kept procrastinating? I procrastinated so long that the plant that I thought was done producing leaves decided to come back. So I am going to take these seeds off, but if it really wants to come back, I'm going to let it come back. It usually is grown, or I've always grown it as an annual, but I usually don't bring it back into the house. I leave it outside and let it die back and regrow it. When I was in the South, because now I'm in mid-America and it gets a lot colder here. But when I was in the South, when it was about to die back, I didn't have to worry about snow and the whole plant would dry up and then I would take the seeds off. I even have a video of my daughter demonstrating how we did that, and I will leave the link below. But this time around, I decided to just take these little fruit off and let them dry out. And when they dry out, they look like black pepper. So that's what they look like when they dry out, and that's exactly how you plant them. Just grab each little piece off of here because it's not too hard. They do come off pretty easy. You grab them off, and they will dye your fingers. I believe a lot of people native people have used this for dyeing. But you just take these off. They're juicy. And you allow them to dry. They shrink a little bit, and that's it. I actually have an Etsy shop, and I've been selling Malabar spinach for like, I want to say 9 years. So a lot of people might question, how does Malabar spinach taste? I love spinach, but Malabar spinach is not my favorite spinach. Malabar spinach is more like a filler. So if you had spinach, you know when you cook it, it wilts and you got little, like you could put a big old bundle of spinach in your pan and saute it, and you go from this big bundle to this little bit right here. And with Malabar spinach, it doesn't do that because it's so thick. These leaves are thicker. I'm going to take one off. I don't have any big ones since it's just now coming back because they usually get about that big. But here's a little baby one. These are thicker than your regular spinach. So since they're thicker, I mean, you can even tell by the vines on here that it's much thicker, you know, than normal. But it's much thicker and it doesn't wilt. So I wouldn't eat a big pot of Malabar spinach. I would take something like some Swiss chard and some kale and some regular spinach, and I would just mix this in as a filler, because me personally, I'm not that impressed by the flavor of it. It's just, it's okay. Tastes green, but I love spinach. This is just okay. So anyway, that's how you save Malabar spinach seeds. I'm going to let this continue to come back and grow. If you want to grow your own Malabar spinach, go ahead and click on a link and it'll take you to my Etsy shop, and I usually sell this for like $3.50 or something like that. If you have any questions, just let me know. Have a good day.